All right, let's get right into it. We need to talk about professional burnout. Now, I know it's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but for people who are driven, for high achievers, this isn't just some buzzword. It is a silent enemy that can absolutely wreck your health, your focus, and your career. And the scary part is, it happens before you even see it coming.
And this quote, this really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Burnout isn't some spectacular failure. It's not a sign of weakness. For so many of us, pushing hard, it's just become the default. It's the background hum of exhaustion we've learned to live with, the price we've been told we have to pay for success. Well, I'm here to tell you that price is way too high.
You know, the real danger isn't the final spectacular crash, that moment you literally can't get out of bed anymore. No. The real danger is the slow creep. It's the weeks, maybe even months leading up to that point. It's that time when your body is sending up all these distress signals, these flares, and you're just pushing through, telling yourself, oh, it's just a tough week. That's the danger zone we need to focus on. Because ignoring those signals, well, it isn't just about having a bad mood or your productivity taking a hit. The cost is physical. It's real. When you're under chronic stress, it's like your body is in a low-grade war 24/7, and that war does serious, measurable damage. So let's just look at the hard numbers for a second. Living in that constant state of stress can increase your risk of a stroke by 50%. I'm going to say that again. 50%. That's not a small number. That is a massive, flashing red light.
And it doesn't stop there, not by a long shot. That exact same chronic stress, it jacks up your risk of heart disease by 40%. We're talking about two of the biggest killers on the planet, and they are directly tied to how we handle the pressure of our work. And if that wasn't enough, the damage just keeps spreading. Your immune system gets hammered, which is why you're always catching colds. It messes with your gut, which, as we now know, affects pretty much everything from your mood to how you absorb nutrients. And this one is terrifying. It can actually physically shrink the memory centers in your brain. So the whole game is learning it to see these signs before it's too late. Think of these next 8 signs as your body's early warning system. These are the signals you absolutely have to listen to before your body decides to just pull the emergency brake for you. All right, let's break down the first 4. Number 1, you have a short fuse. You're snapping at people over tiny things. That's not you being a jerk. That's your emotional bandwidth being totally maxed out. 2, you're skipping meals, just running on caffeine. That's a classic tell. Your body is in fight or flight. It's in survival mode. 3, that mental fog. You know when simple tasks feel weirdly complicated? That's stress literally short-circuiting your focus. And 4, you've lost joy in things you used to love? That's not boredom, my friend. That is a deep, deep emotional fatigue setting in. Now for the next 4. Number 5, a tiny task like answering an email feels like climbing a mountain. That's decision fatigue. Your brain is just done making choices. 6, you keep procrastinating on the big important stuff. Again, that's not you being lazy. That's your nervous system being so overloaded it can't handle any more pressure. 7, feeling kind of numb, like your emotions are behind a wall of glass. That's your brain desperately trying to protect itself. And finally, number 8, the headaches, the stomach issues. That's your body screaming the message your brain is trying to ignore. Okay, so if any of this is sounding a little too familiar, just take a breath. The way back from this edge is not about blowing up your life and moving to a monastery. It's about learning the art of the pause, and it starts with small, almost laughably simple actions. Here's your starting prescription. First, just move your body. A gentle walk is perfect. Second, eat one real meal. Sit down, no multitasking, just eat. Third, carve out 15 minutes. Just 15, with no phone, no email, no people, just you. And fourth, this one's the real game changer. Find one thing this week that you know is going to drain you and just say no. And what all this leads to is a completely new way of thinking about high performance. See, we've been sold this idea, this myth, that peak performance is born out of chaos and relentless hustle. But the truth, the absolute truth, is that sustainable, truly elite work comes from a very different place entirely. And this right here, this is what I want you to burn into your brain. A calm body and a clear mind are not a luxury. They're your ultimate competitive advantage. They will help you think better, decide faster, and create higher quality work than a frantic, exhausted mind ever could. Hustle is fragile. Calm is strong. So I'm going to leave you with a direct challenge. Right now, think about your week.
What is the one meeting, the one request, the one task that you know is just going to suck the life out of you? Find it. And then make the decision to say no. That's not weakness. That's not letting people down. That is the first, most powerful step toward a stronger, more sustainable way to win.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And if you want more content like this, subscribe if you want. See you next time.